Hello in TV land, it's your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. I hope you're having a fine, oh, actually no, I'm going to go this way. Thank you for joining me on this fine and wonderful Sunday of Labor Day weekend, or whenever it is you decided to join me. Let me adjust that. Let me see. So I guess for most people, this is kind of the wrap down of the week, Sundays. Or as for me, it's kind of the start. And then, of course, with the Labor Day weekend, people are probably even taking it easier. And in the same vein, I'm going to be taking it easier. Not because I'm really enjoying and relaxing, but because I have completely lost my train of thought about what I was doing, or what I was supposed to be doing. So let's try and pick the pieces back up. Alright. If I end up repeating myself, I apologize. Yeah, I guess I apologize. It's a pet, I don't want to say a pet peeve of mine, but it always just kind of tweak me just a little bit when people end up repeating their stories or what they were talking about. I mean, I don't hold it against them, but it's just kind of, it's like a little itch. Let me minimize. Since I'm trying to get back in the groove of things, gonna be a little slow, and actually I'm a bit low-key today. Perhaps a few too many drinks when I did drinks with Joe yesterday. Actually, that's not true. I was relatively restrained, believe it or not. Not really sure what it is. Alright, so what we have here is my Pure template. This is the first template that I have, or I will be having, the first one of two templates that I will be offering to my clients. One at a start. It's very, my perspective, clean and simple. It has 4 views. You've got your home view, view 1, view 2, view 3. Of course, client will be able to rename them. And they all pretty much follow a very simple, same pattern. Company name here, they'll name their navigation things here, their home view will have a title here, home content here, whatever text they want to put there, an image, and a standard footer. Their name will be here. If they have any other attribution links they want to add, like I have a link to digital graphics because they provided the graphics, their contact info, and their social links, whatever they want to have here, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, such as myself. And if you look at the views, it's all pretty much the same. Very similar to, actually, exactly the same as the home view, when I think about it. The one configurable, lots of stuff is configurable on this particular view, but the big one is whether or not the image is on the left or the right. And they can have multiple messages, I think even multiple images too. But that gets kind of clunky in my opinion. So that's what that is. A light template, clean, real simple. I think kind of if you just want to have something up there, just kind of stake your claim, not necessarily be too flashy about it. And the beauty is, well, not the beauty, but I mean 4 views, so you only really have to worry about coming up with 4 images. Though of course you could take those out, or it could just be 1 view, to be honest. Right, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think as what it's intended to be, a simple, clean, light template, it works fine. And I have got an install script for my libraries. rather than having you watch me type it in, or cut and paste in and in again. Now I just have this one script to completely go over. And, oh, I did do the Material UI upgrade to 3.0.1. That whole thing was all worked out, as well as the NPM JS's DNS configuration issues from yesterday. So yeah, this template here, it's running on the latest and greatest libraries, so that's good. Also took down notes for my little setup script. Now, so this template is checked into GitHub, and ideally, I mean, you think you would just kind of fork it, and you're not going to hook it back upstream. But you can't fork something that's your own. So the steps are that basically you create a target repo. Like, let's say I have a client A, and they say, oh, we want this template. So I will create a repo in GitHub called client A UI, and I will clone this particular template, but specify that it's gonna be a client A UI folder. And then I change that folder. I set the remote origin to the target repo that I created, client A UI. Then I just push, and then I have just successfully cloned the template and linked it to this new one. And then just set it up. I just got to run the npm init, run this install script, audit fix if needed to, and that's it. So that's pretty good. Right. Okay, so I guess the next thing to do, well, one thing to do with this particular thing, I need to go ahead and make it visible to the world. Basically, I need to deploy it to a website. I'm not going to completely do that just yet, but I need to make it distributable, because when I do this npm start, it basically serves it up locally for me, but it doesn't build something that's consolidated. I mean, if you look at, let me see, yeah, look at the folder here. I mean, it's basically just kind of linked to all these things here, which is very disjointed in multiple files, and that's kind of inadvisable for distributed web app. So we're going to go ahead and build it now, and it will take a few minutes. No, not a few minutes. I mean, a minute or two. It's a little slower. But you'll see that when it's done, it's going to create a distribution folder. And instead of having all these multiple files and folders, it'll just be this, just a handful of things. And the cool thing about Webpack is that it actually identifies, or it attempts to identify, the things that are needed. So yeah, this is what it thinks the only things that you need for the distribution. I haven't quite figured out the plugin yet for style sheets though, so it's missing that for whatever reason. But if I go ahead and bring this up, and bada boom, it's all there. Now, the easy way to tell that the style sheet is missing and this is locally, well, see, this is referencing the file path directly, and it's missing the style sheet. You can tell because this margin thing isn't quite right on the edges here, but with the style sheet here, it correctly sizes. All right, so that is that. Now let's take a look at the parallax template. I think I mentioned this before, that I had been working on it, and I think I'm actually almost pretty much happy with it now too. Let's go ahead and bring it up, start it up, and I can go ahead and show it to you. And it's based on the work I did with the Bella Music School, so it has the parallax effect in it. A little bit different, because I wanted to try and differentiate it from the other the pure template, right? So we're going to have the client can specify their title here, and we've got a home link button here, and the social media links are up here. The menu is here. They specify the home title here. They can specify header there. They got content. They can have multiple parallax things in here. That's good. It didn't really mess around with the footer. It's still really basic. I don't really feel much need to change that. And then the views. Now, as opposed to the pure template, the view 1, view 2, and 3 are different from the home. The parallax image is smaller, and it follows the same format as the pure one with the cards. They can specify left or right. View 2, and view 3. I mean, more panache, if you will, but also from a content perspective, I mean, you have to decide more on images. And let me see, just to show that the home works. Boom, back at the home. So that's pretty solid, I think, too. Not so sure about the purple, but I think orange works better, but I already use kind of like orangey. And the real trick is you need to have a color scheme that contrasts with whatever image you're using. So I'd have to go find a better image, or a different image if I wanted to use, like say, blue or something, so that it contrasts better. And not really, well, yeah, I'm just not in the mood for doing that right now. Alright, let me see. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay, right. So again, we still see this margin thing here. And this is still because it's running locally. So let's go ahead and build the distribution for that too. And again, that'll take a little bit. UI template parallax. Alright. Yep. I'm very businesslike today. Again, because I'm dragging. And when it comes to doing technical work or being fun and sociable, as an introvert, fun and sociable takes much more energy. So, I guess I kind of apologize for that too, if I'm not being nearly as entertaining as I normally am. Although I'm sure the more salty folks might question how entertaining I am to begin with. Alright, let's see, and there we go, that comes up, and let's verify that, yep, that's good. So the style is linked up. Alright, so we've got this built. That is good. And let me see if there's anything to show you in the project. Since it was cloned off of the pure template, the structure is pretty much exactly the same. I don't think there's anything of note to describe, possibly other than, yeah, the top bar and the nav bar. Alright, so before I had a top bar, and that's the one that had the navigation buttons in there. For this one, there's a top bar and a nav bar. The nav bar has the title as well as the social links, and the nav bar is the one that has the navigation buttons. Okay. So I don't think there's anything really worth talking about there. But get status. Okay. Yeah, I was working on it this morning and I haven't committed any of the changes. So let's. What did I change? Fleshed out. I already checked the template pure, so I know that was good. Alright, so Parallax is, we built the distributable for pure, we built the distributable blah, 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 for Parallax. Let me go ahead, start up my shite. Because once I get them deployed, I can go ahead and link them. And we can show that. And that would be really, really cool. Am I looking at the right thing? I don't know. Like I said, Dragon. Dragon. Probably should have checked them on Chrome too. Oh, that's a sexy face I'm making. Why is it dragging right now? You know what? I need to update the packages for my site too. Alright, so my site is up, and now we are going to go ahead and deploy. I think this is the first time I've brought up AWS for y'all fine folks. So for this, I'm just gonna throw up static sites in S3. And we're gonna go with JJ-UI-template-pure-v1. North Virginia. Let's copy the settings from this guy. Next. Oh, no. Let's just go ahead and create it. Alright, and go in here. And we're going to copy over. We need to copy the direct. Oh, come on. Come on. Why you do me like that? Let's see. Image. I got a placeholder in there too. Kind of surprised I got a placeholder. Alright. Image. Save. Go into there. Create folder. You know what I can do for Parallax? I can just copy it over directly. Save. Okay, so now let's upload these. Upload. Placeholder 1, 2. Placeholder. Upload. Image. Upload. Upload. Alright. And now let's actually go ahead and upload the important stuff. Upload. So properties. I thought I copied over those settings. That's interesting. All right. Properties. So static website hosting. We're gonna go ahead and use this bucket to host a website. Index.html. I probably should have an error document in there. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. Alright. Permissions. Bucket policy. Right. This, even though it's set up to host, no, not that. The policy doesn't allow it to be accessed by the public. So we got to go ahead and do that, and it'll warn me that it's probably not the best idea. Well, it's not. If you have data and stuff in your bucket, yeah, it's a terrible idea to make it open to the public. So as he is warning me, but this is a static site. I click save. Did I click save? Okay. Public. Properties. Static website hosting. So this should be the URL. So how do we know it's working? Well, let's bring up a different web browser. A different web browser. And let's go ahead and paste it there and see if it comes up. Bada boom, it does. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. Actually, it does look fine in Chrome. Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and while we're at it, I still got that right. Let's create another one for the parallax template. jj-ui-template-parallax-1. No bother copying the settings because it didn't really copy the settings. Parallax pure, fine. And I'm going to, can I copy? Yes, I can just copy that rather than bother uploading. Because uploading is alright, so that's that. UI template. We go to dist, parallax dist. We're going to upload these guys. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. And upload. While that's uploading, let's copy this again, just in case. Properties. Enable static hosting. HTML. Permissions. Bucket policy. Add policy. And this is with jj-ui template -parallax V1. Save. Okay, so it's public. Let's look at that endpoint again. And I closed Chrome. Why did I close Chrome? To show you that there are no shenanigans afoot. No, I just forgot to. And bada boom. Hey, oh, hey. Nice. Alright, alright. Okay. Actually, you know what? I already had that. Yeah, we're getting kind of close to the end of the session, so rather than try and squeeze that in, like I said, I'm definitely dragging. I'm just gonna... To be honest, I might not even continue after the camera stops rolling. I might just take a break. I think all that changed was the bucket name. There's really no point in doing that. But just to be sure, that's why I do it. Alright. So, what have we done? What have we? Yes, we. Because you and I, we're in this together. I hope. So I showed you the two templates that I have. And we went ahead and created static websites that serve them up on AWS. I mean, isn't that pretty neat? And that was all done within less than 30 minutes. I mean, come on. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I think so. So let me go ahead and log out of this. And let's go ahead and I just changed the notes. So I might as well commit that and push. And yeah, I think I'm going to call that wraps for now. Like I said, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, we got templates, so I can do work much more quickly for you clients. I have things to show my clients as a part of a portfolio. And with this video, I've shown that I can actually host things too. I don't host them, but I know how to get them hosted. So, yeah. So I'll wrap this up for now. Thanks for joining me. And I hope you found this, well, not annoying, at least. I'm not aiming for interesting, but you know, kind of like good background noise. That's what I'm going for. So if you found it as nice background noise, then cool kid spiel about liking and subscribing, comments and suggestions. And I will catch you later. In the meantime, take care and God bless.